Man, something like this is just tough. You hate to see it. It's just such a hard thing to watch, especially as a Lakers fan, to see one of your best players go down. It's always just one of those disheartening things that you hate to see. As a sports fan, it just hurts to see players go down with injury because, you kind of want to see the best players play, and it's always something to see when the best players go against each other. And you don't really want excuses because, if one team is mishandled or they don't have the key pieces that they usually do, then they have quote-unquote excuses or things of that sort. But it's just kind of tough to see a guy who loves to play the game of basketball like Anthony Davis to go down with an injury like this, although there is lots of positives to take away from this and moving forward. Before we get into today's video, yo, what is up guys? It is your boy and I'm back here giving y'all another banger. And since I'm giving y'all another banger, if y'all could go ahead and drop a like on this video, it'd be much appreciated, and please subscribe if you enjoy basketball content. But before we get into today's video, which is going to be talking about Anthony Davis and the injury update, I do want to say bravo to the Denver Nuggets. It was a great game for the first half, and I'm not even just saying that because, the Lakers were up or, they started to really slip it away in the third quarter. I just think that overall in that first half, it was just an exciting game. You saw two MVP caliber players go at it at LeBron and Nikola Jokic. It was just a fantastic game, and I thought that if Anthony Davis were to stay, you would really see it come down to the wire, and it would be something like a playoff game in the regular season. But the Denver Nuggets did start to pull away in that third quarter. You had big role players like Campazzo start to hit up shots and make plays, and he was fantastic in everything. So I do want to give major props to the Denver Nuggets and their organization because they did go out and earn that win last night. But let's talk about Anthony Davis, who, yes, did have an Achilles issue when it comes to an injury. He left in the middle of the second quarter with an Achilles injury, and you saw that he was walking off, he was limping, he didn't really look all that great, and you did start to think about the worst because we all knew that going into this game he did have some Achilles issues. From my personal standpoint, I think that the Lakers training staff and doctors need to start doing a better job. I understand that Anthony Davis is always going to want to play because he's a basketball player, but somebody needs to step up and say, hey, this is something that is very important. It's something that could be an issue with you because you are a big man, and an Achilles injury is something that you should not play around with. Even when Anthony Davis came back, I was starting to look at him a little differently because I was like, is he supposed to be out here? Like, is he supposed to be out here playing? Are you sure you're not rushing things because, he is dealing with some Achilles issues? But I decided to trust that the Lakers organization knew what they were doing when it comes to Anthony Davis, and they would take proper precautions when it comes to it, and I'm sure they did. But when something like this happens, you do have to say that you are happy that it is just a calf injury, which they were able to confirm today, which is absolutely great news, that it is not an Achilles tear, but it is just a re-aggravation of the Achilles tendinosis. And that is just a calf strain altogether, so that he's not going to have surgery or anything, but he is going to be missing the next 2 to 3 weeks at least when it comes to this injury. But I absolutely do believe that this comes down to Lakers management. You just have to do better. You know that when you have a big man, especially in a 72 games season where you're playing more back-to-backs than ever, that you're going to be putting your body under a lot of stress. And I do believe that they should have done some sort of minute restriction or, load managing or something, because this is something that could have been very bad if it went the other way. So I do want to give some updates on this injury because, as we all know, that Anthony Davis went down. We do know now that Adrian Wojnarowski reported that Anthony Davis is only suffering a calf strain, like I said a little bit earlier. So he is not having an Achilles tear, or he will not have to undergo any sort of injury. However, he does need to be careful about what he's doing. I believe that Anthony Davis is going to take great care of his body, and in around 2 to 3 weeks, he will be healthy. But I do believe that he should rest as much as he possibly needs. If he needs 4 weeks or even 8 weeks, take it, because I do believe that for this team, everything is judged on the playoffs. Nobody cares about what seed they are in the regular season. They care about how deep the Lakers make it in the playoffs. So if they keep up their intensity on the playoffs, that's all that matters. I really don't care what seed they finish with, because I do believe as long as they finish with a top 3, top 4, top 5 seed, they're going to be just fine when it comes to the playoffs. And if you risk anything when it comes to Anthony Davis, you are basically saying that you do not care about your championship expectations when it comes to this season, because without Anthony Davis, and I know LeBron James can put a team on his back and carry, but when you start looking at the other teams that are slowly but surely starting to get in their ways, the Clippers look a lot better than they do last season. The Jazz are a little bit better, and even out east, you have the Brooklyn Nets and the 76ers. You just have to make sure that you are healthy and that you have an Anthony Davis with you when it comes to playoff time, because without Anthony Davis, I just don't think a LeBron James has enough to take this team all the way to a championship again by himself. He's going to need some help. And while we do have great role players, I do believe that you still need Anthony Davis because he is a superstar. So hopefully Lakers management takes this absolutely seriously, because I know Anthony Davis will at the very least. And I hope that they know what they're doing when it comes to this injury, because this is something that needs to be taken care of very delicately, and you need to pay close attention to something like this, because an Achilles tear is something that you absolutely do not want at any rate at any point this season. So taking care of that Achilles is the number one priority, and if you need to incorporate load management, then you should absolutely go ahead and do it, because it is going to pay dividends when it comes to the playoffs. Because I'd rather have a rested superstar than someone who is just fighting through injury and just doing it because they want a better seed in the playoffs, which I understand seeding matters, but at the same time, you just want to be healthy. So with that being said, I hope nothing but the best when it comes to Anthony Davis. I hope this injury does get solved and that he does get better, and hopefully he has a very successful recovery and we don't have to worry about this moving forward. But with this upcoming schedule, which is going to start looking rough, LeBron James is really going to have to play like Superman. I know it's kind of unfair because he's 36 years old, but with no Anthony Davis and the schedule starting to get stronger and harder, he's going to have to deep into that MVP caliber play that he's been playing, and he needs to keep this team afloat during this stretch of games when Anthony Davis is going to be out due to injury. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much. If you listened this far, please drop a like on the video. It'd be much appreciated. And please subscribe if you enjoy basketball content. I know it's been a while. I can't even believe I really went a week without uploading. It's kind of wild. Sorry about that, but I will be back on my grind. I'll make sure that I am uploading more regularly, and I hope that I will be providing more content for you guys. But please check out my other videos. Please comment down below if you have any video ideas. And that's really all I have for you guys today. And that's all I have. And I am out. Peace.